residency at Crawford Law Hospital, and ever since he's been in the medical practicing here in Atlanta, Georgia, he has published a whopping 17 books. And one book is actually regarding food and nutrition. So right now I'd like to introduce Dr. Lee, and he'll share with us a few PowerPoint presentations and answer any questions that you may have.
Okay, I'm given 20 minutes to talk about it. I don't know really what to talk about it in 20 minutes, really. So I'm going to really move on and highlight it. I'm going to let you guys decide what is important. In my PowerPoint is a healing food. Not all the food is so good. You know, the guy he talk about the Japanese, the longest living people in the world, but now is going down. The main reason is the Japanese now adopting westernized food and lack of exercising. And there are actually 4 different things affecting our health. Food, number 1. Number 2 is exercise, how much you exercise. Number 3, you guys may know or not, level of stress. Number 4 is how good night's sleep that you can have every night. Those 4 things, so casual, so common thing, so people kind of disregard its importance. But I don't know which one is more important among those 4. Food, exercise, stress level, and the quality sleep. I can talk about in each topics. You need to give me about 5 to 6 hours before I can really give you some meaningful, knowledge about it. So in 40 minutes, talk about the food. My topic here is healing food. There are some foods are good for you, some foods are not so good for you. What is good for your health is your body can use it instead, accumulating, instead, being wasted. The American food is a prototype of a westernized food. It's much processed food. Means going through a lot of process. In that process, good nutrients are taken away, and it's condensed with all those calories. So those are not good food at all. So I've been told that tonight's meeting is encourage the people to raise the crops, whatever things from their back garden, even in the indoor, you can do that. Me and my wife have a sizable garden, about almost half-acre garden. So he's almost half, full-time farmer. But we also have indoor plants. There are so many plants. Is that the other plant? There is a live or plastic?
I think they're plastic.
You guys can afford to have some live plant in this room, maybe 20 of them. It'll purify the air. It'll suck up those particles coming from the carpets and ceilings and paints and here and there. They will use its own, food source and, split it and emit it into the air as a water and the oxygen. We can use both too. So my strong recommendation here, just looking at this room or any other room, is to have some live plants. If you guys invite me one more time, I can bring my PowerPoint presentation, what kind of plant you need to have it. In our house, we have about 35 different plants. 35, which is not that many at all. Average, you need 5 live plants in a regular sized room. So we have about 7 rooms, so we have multiplied 7, 35. But that's beside the point. The point is here, we need to move on. Are we herbivores or cannibals, human beings?
Carnivores.
We are carnivores?
No. I think so.
No wonder why Americans are eating so much hamburgers. Over barbecues, But look at this. We have 32 teeth. We have only 4 canines. And 28 is cut it and grind it. Shape of teeth. We have only 4 canine, which is almost gone now. It's not really sharp like a dog or cat. It's almost, almost like incisors, So if you look at your teeth, it tells us that, oh, we are born eating the plants rather than the meat. If you really wanted to eat the meat, it has to be 1 out of 7, 4 out of 28. It's 1 to 7 ratio. You eat one meat, you need to eat 7 veggies or fruits and whole grain. So shape of teeth, we are herbivores, okay? And then jaw movement. If you look at the tigers and the lions, their jaws can move only up and down. They'll never be, grind like that. If you look at the cows and all those herbivores, they're not only up and down like that, they grind it. My question to you is, can you grind it? Yes. Try. We can grind. So we are herbivores, not cannibals, like lions. And the enzymes, look at that. Amylase is to cut down the carbohydrates, break down into the sugar, glucose, but it comes from the saliva. Animals who eat carnivorous don't have no enzymes in their mouth, in their saliva. In other words, our digestion begins from the mouth. Cut down the carbohydrate, which only coming from the plants. Animals, meat don't have the carbohydrate. The nails. Look at the lions. How their nails look like. They can really scratch you, right? But look at the cows. Their nail is like a round. They cannot harm nobody. Look at your nail. Other than women's, growing their nails, they can yank it. But our nails close to the herbivores. We are not attacking other people using the nail. And then length of intestine. Carnivores, lions, from mouth to their end, at about 2 or 3 times of their body length. Means they have very little to digest. They just gulp it down, swallow it down, and it just goes down, very little to come out. But look at the cows. Their intestinal length is about 10 times of their body length. We are 10 times. Our intestine is so long. No wonder why we become constipated. If you don't eat no veggies, we become constipated. So looking at our intestine, we are herbivores. And brain metabolism. Do you all have a brain? I hope you do too. Only nutrition brain can use is, guess what? The team number 1 answer number 1 question here. Glucose. The brain can use only one kind of nutrition, which is glucose. Guess where the glucose is coming from? Is it meat?
From rice.
Meat can produce glucose. You said meat can produce.
No, the glucose comes from rice.
Yeah.
Veggies, and fruits, grains. So just looking at our, body and our chemistry and our physiology, we are not the meat eaters. No wonder why people in this country have so many diabetes, hypertension, arthritis, cancers, etc., etc., etc. I have a question for you. The people die with old age or diseases. Think a minute. People will die because they're old or because they're illness. Doctors write, we write the death certificate. In this country, doctors write the death certificate, the cause of death due to old age,